Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nervous worries, wise warnings, and mother's unending love. General Hospital spoilers and updates for Tuesday, January 21st include tense concerns, cautious warnings, and a mother's love. Willow Corinthos is concerned, Maxie Jones issues a wise warning, and Carly Spencer expresses her motherly love for Michael Corinthos. Willow Corinthos agreed to allow Carly and Sonny Corinthos to see Michael in the burn unit at GH while keeping them updated of his condition. She discussed with Portia Robinson the possibility of moving Michael to Johns Hopkins' famed burn center, while Carly proposed a specialized clinic in Germany. Willow eventually concluded that Michael should make the decision even if waking him from anesthesia would cause him significant pain. It was ultimately his choice. Willow finds herself in the hospital chapel with Drew Quartermaine while Carly talks to Michael in his room. A surge of dread sweeps over her, fearing that her actions may have damaged her hopes of obtaining custody of Wiley and Amelia Corinthos. GH spoilers, arguing Granny Drew took a tough approach in Friday's episode, apprehending Tracy Quartermaine at the Quartermaine mansion while Martin Gray stood by his side. In an interrogation area, she engages in a furious dispute, most likely with Anna Devane, while Martin observes, Tracy shouting, "When will you realize you're backing the wrong horse?" She looks to be in a waiting room rather than the traditional questioning area for suspects, despite being shackled. Nonetheless, her discomfort is palpable as she strives to establish control over the PCPD, possibly through financial means. Tracy went too far by speaking on behalf of Michael's children, although she was at the estate, claiming they were with Monica Quartermaine when they most likely were not. General Hospital spoilers, suspect questioned Anna has identified another possible suspect for interrogation unless her attention is drawn to Martin or Tracy. This new figurine is dressed in black, matching Tracy's outfit. She investigates whether this individual is the one who planted the device in Sonny's home, causing the explosion that engulfed Michael in flames. This claim is certain to enrage Tracy. However, Anna seems unconcerned about Tracy's ancestry as a Quartermaine or her exalted status. She isn't even swayed by the Queen of England. If the law is broken, guilt is unavoidable, especially when it comes to sheltering children. GH spoilers, wisdom-filled warnings in the heart of the dissection office. Maxie issues wise warnings to Natalia Ramirez, who is showing signs of concern. By this point, she must have learned about the devastating explosion that destroyed Sonny's warehouse and seriously injured his kid. Sonny's infamous status and involvement in questionable dealings usually attract danger, demonstrating that this occurrence is a striking example of the risks associated. Maxie advises Natalia about the dangers of becoming overly attached with someone like Sonny. The love tension that has developed between Sonny and Natalia has been everything but straightforward. General Hospital spoilers, Ava's argument, Sonny's pain. Ava Jerome has successfully tracked out Sonny, who is now living in a different place. During their heated exchange, she fiercely implores him to prioritize their daughter's protection. Ava emphasizes the importance of taking action for Avery Jerome Corinthos before it's too late, and her concern for the child's safety is evident. She muses on the potential calamity that may have occurred if she had been in Sonny's penthouse during the bombing, emphasizing the serious risks involved. As the confrontation progresses, it becomes clear that the tension is harming Sonny. He begins to experience intense chest pains. Although he has nitroglycerin pills on hand, most likely given by Isaiah Gannon, what he really needs is a surgical procedure, possibly a pacemaker. GH spoilers, a mother's unending love. Michael was plainly in pain from his burns, making confronting Carly's choice all the more difficult. The prospect of going to a burn facility in Germany to restore his previous self will loom large in his mind. Although the preview clip left his reaction uncertain, spoilers indicate that Carly thanks Jack Brennan for his aid. Michael is unaware that Brennan organized his admission to the German clinic, which now houses some Boron Sky Clinic doctors. Carly soothes Michael by adding, "Then that's what we're going to do," implying that he may have eventually agreed to the trip to Germany. General Hospital spoilers, Christina makes a surprising discovery that reunites Molly and TJ. According to General Hospital spoilers, Christina Corinthos Davis has had a long-running conflict with her sister, Molly Lansing Davis. Christina and Molly's friendship has been strained by Christina's selfishness, but primarily because Christina intends to keep the kid she promised Molly and her husband, TJ. The name Ashford. Even though it was a horrific tragedy, the death of the baby they were expecting exacerbated the situation. As a result, Molly and T.J. They have divided in their sadness over the loss of their child. Christina needs a fantastic redemption narrative, and there is a way to get her back in Molly's good graces, reconnecting T.J. and Molly by bringing them their child. They believed they had lost the child. General Hospital spoilers, Andrea Gates could be the key. Molly and TJ were already expecting a child when Christina offered to carry it. Had another surrogate called Andrea Gates. They chose Andrea as a surrogate from among 3 candidates. Andrea soon verified with Molly and TJ. She revealed that she was pregnant. A few months later, Andrea informed TJ. She experienced a miscarriage and was treated at Mercy Hospital. T.J. was distraught and eventually informed Molly. Something about Andrea's tale appeared questionable because it happened so rapidly. Did Andrea lie about having a miscarriage while still carrying the baby? GH spoilers, Christina Corinthos Davis discovers Andrea Gates lied. Christina may learn that Andrea lied about her miscarriage after running into her outside of Port Charles. She would be carrying a child around the age of 2, the same age as the child she purportedly miscarried. Also, the infant would undoubtedly resemble TJ and share his features. Could this be the baby Andrea apparently miscarried? Christina could uncover the truth and threaten to inform Molly and TJ, which would ruin Andrea. She admits she lied because she couldn't bear to give up her child. General Hospital, Molly Lansing Davis and TJ Ashford reunite after discovering Andrea's deception. Christina will seek to persuade Andrea to return the baby to Molly and TJ. Andrea will not be open to this. She will not want to abandon her biological child. Christina might tell Molly that Andrea lied and that she had never miscarried, bring Molly and TJ back together. This revelation would bring them back together as they fought for their child's return. Putting up a united front, a custody fight would commence. GH spoilers, Molly Lansing Davis will thank Christina Corinthos Davis for reuniting her with her child. Christina will be credited with reuniting Molly with her child, and peace will be restored between the sisters as Christina fights to aid Molly and TJ get their child back from Andrea. Molly will be overjoyed that her sister is stepping up for her, and their relationship will be restored. Christina may be redeemed, and returning Molly's child is the greatest way to do so. General Hospital spoilers, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you believe Christina can be redeemed? Will Christina uncover the awful truth that Andrea lied? Will these bring Molly and TJ back together, and not only that, but repairing Christina and Molly's tense relationship? Vanessa Antoine reports that her brother has been found. A few days after a distraught Vanessa Antoine, ex-Jordan, General Hospital, resorted to her social media community for help in finding her missing brother, the actress shared happy news with her followers. Michael Antoine had been located. On January 17, Antoine reported receiving a tip that a man matching Michael's description had been observed panhandling at an encampment at Olympic Park in Hamilton, Toronto. On January 19, the actress posted a simple black and white text image on Instagram announcing the conclusion of the hunt for Mike. "What's the good news? He is alive," she wrote. "I am still processing the rest. Thank you to everyone who posted and contacted me. The rest is up to God. I feel there is a larger plan." The former GH star did not go into additional detail about her brother's plight. However, she had previously stated that Mike suffered from depression and addiction, and she alluded to his mental health difficulties in the description accompanying her graphic. "Hold space and grace for families struggling with mental health and addiction," she wrote. "We will press on and continue to pray for my brother. No more looking, but I will never give up hope." In a second post, Antoine shared an Instagram reel of Mike in happier times, set to the song Know That You Are Loved by Cleo Sol. Some of the video recordings showed a happy, lively Michael wearing a chef's coat and working in a professional kitchen, laughing at the beach, ziplining into a river, cuddling a small girl, the brother/sister pair posing for a photo, and other family moments. He is good. Like, extremely kind. Deep inside. Hidden behind this mysterious, scary, dark world of addiction, she said about her brother. "I do not comprehend it. But I am learning. You are adored, brother. We'll be here when you're ready. We are relieved to hear that Antoine's sibling has been discovered alive. At this moment, there is no word on whether Elizabeth Spencer, the lady Mike had disappeared with, is still missing. When Brooke Lynn was a teenager, she spent a memorable summer working as a camp counselor. It was a period of fleeting romances, adolescent mistakes, and, unbeknownst to anybody at the time, life-changing consequences. Brooke Lynn became pregnant when in the throes of her first love and rebellion. Overwhelmed by fear and the weight of her family's expectations, she made the heartbreaking decision to place her baby for adoption. She didn't tell anyone, including her closest friends and family members. Fast forward to the present, and Brooke Lynn has meticulously crafted a life that makes no room for those memories. She's forged a path as a skilled composer, weathered stormy relationships, and dealt with the weight of the Quartermaine name. However, the past has a way of reappearing when you least expect it, and her closely held secret is about to be revealed. A young man in the shadows. Rumors have circulated around Port Charles about a newcomer, a troubled but charismatic young man named Giovanni Gio Palmieri. He's been creating waves, connecting with various individuals of the community and generating doubts about his background. His piercing stare, incisive wit, and uncanny ability to land in the thick of drama have not gone ignored. For those paying close attention, Joe's presence has felt more like fate than a coincidence. Some have hypothesized that Gio is the child Brooke Lynn abandoned all those years ago, but no one has publicly expressed their thoughts. The tension surrounding his presence becomes stronger by the day, and it's only a matter of time before someone assembles the parts. A twist in the tale. Initially, it was clear who Joe's father might be. Brooke Lynn's summer relationship with Dante Falconeri was no secret, and their shared history suggested a possible reason for Joe's existence. Dante, now a devoted father to his son Rocco and a determined investigator, exemplifies consistency and dependability. He would surely rise to the challenge if Gio turned out to be his child. However, another candidate has entered the conversation, Cody Bell. Cody belongs to the same summer camp crew as Brooke Lynn and Dante. Cody's life, unlike Dante's, has been chaotic and unpredictable. He's battled to find his feet, making risky decisions and living on the edge. Despite his weaknesses, Cody has showed signs of a softer side, particularly in his relationship with James West. Could Brooke Lynn have shared a short moment with Cody during that fatal summer? If this is the case, the ramifications are startling. Watching Cody struggle with the responsibilities of parenting, especially in light of his own tumultuous relationship with Max Scorpio, would add levels of depth to the plot. The family fallout. Brooke Lynn finds herself cornered as the truth slowly emerges. Her relationship with Harrison Chase, which is already strained due to her inclination to hold secrets, reaches a breaking point. Chase, the conscientious and patient spouse, struggles to reconcile his affections for Brooke Lynn with her history of dishonesty. Will he support her as her world unravels, or will this revelation be the last straw? Meanwhile, Brooke Lynn's mother, Lois Cerullo, is forced to confront her own involvement in the unfolding scenario. Unbeknownst to Brooke Lynn, Lois has been keeping an eye on Gio from a distance. She knows who his adoptive parents are and has quietly ensured that he was raised in a caring home. But her quiet has a cost. As mother and daughter clash over the secrets they've each concealed, their relationship teeters on the brink of disintegration. A town divided. The discovery about Joe's origins throws shockwaves through Port Charles, affecting everyone from the Quartermaines to the Falconeris and beyond. Brooke Lynn's father, Ned Quartermaine, is filled with betrayal and resentment, wondering why he was kept in the dark. Olivia Falconeri, always the heart of her family, must strike a careful balance between assisting Dante and dealing with the aftermath from her marriage to Ned. Gio, the young man at the center of it all, is wrestling with his own identity. Learning that Brooke Lynn is his biological mother, and maybe knowing the truth about his father, upends his existence. How can he reconcile the life he knows with the life he could have lived? More significantly, who does he become in the aftermath of this revelation? A question about redemption. As the dust settles, one issue looms large: can the damaged relationships be repaired? Brooke Lynn's path to atonement is riddled with challenges. She must confront her past, accept responsibility for her actions, and figure out how to bridge the gap between herself and Gio. Her route is not simple, but it is a crucial step towards rebuilding her life and connections. For Gio, the road ahead is also uncertain. He must choose whether to accept his biological family or distance himself from the drama and agony they cause. His decision will influence not only his future, but also the futures of others around him. The future of Port Charles. In typical Port Charles fashion, the discovery of Brooklyn's secret is only the beginning. As new alliances emerge and old scars reopen, the stage is set for a series of dramatic events, intrigue, and surprising turns. Whether the story progresses toward healing or greater grief, one thing is certain: everyone involved's life will never be the same. Brooklyn's history may have been buried, but in Port Charles, no secret remains hidden forever. The voyage ahead promises to test loyalties, reshape relationships, and leave an unforgettable impression on the town's rich history. Willow's doubt and determination. Willow Tate sits in deep thought, tormented by the decisions that have led her to this point. Despite her decision to stand up for what is right and eventually draw a line in the sand with Michael Corinthos, she is concerned about the consequences of her actions. The notion of losing Wiley and Amelia, her only semblance of family, is terrible. She's determined to heal the harm, but she's filled with dread, wondering if her actions have rendered reconciliation impossible. Willow seeks solace and strategy from Drew Quartermaine, hoping to learn more about Tracy's next move. Drew's countenance, a mix of irritation and perseverance, reflects the uphill battle they confront. Tracy, despite her detention and Congressman Quartermaine's influence with the authorities, has remained silent concerning the children's whereabouts. Willow sees each passing minute as a step away from the life she fought so hard to keep. Tracy Quartermaine's defiance. Tracy exudes resistance at the PCPD. Arrested but undeterred, she confronts Anna Devane, whose razor-sharp senses are focused on the commotion surrounding Sonny Corinthos' penthouse explosion and the disappearance of the children. Anna's probing is unrelenting, but Tracy is a master of deflection, lashing out at everyone in her path. Her ire is mainly directed at Martin Gray, whom she accuses of siding with the wrong side in the ongoing Quartermaine disputes. Anna's inquiry takes a new turn when she connects the device hidden in Sonny's apartment to the WSB. Suspicion falls on Jack Brennan, who finds himself surrounded by Anna's questions. Jack maintains his innocence and expresses his determination to find the truth about the conspiracy that endangers Sonny's family. The web of intrigue becomes increasingly complicated, leaving Anna with more questions than answers. Maxie's warning and Ava's ultimatum. Following the explosion, Maxie Jones expresses her concern for Natalia Ramirez. The young woman's proximity to Sonny's deadly world has aroused red flags, and Maxie's warning is clear: being in Sonny's circle may result in more problems than Natalia bargained for. Natalia is left contemplating Maxie's suggestion, caught between devotion and self-preservation. Meanwhile, Ava Jerome addresses Sonny with a heartfelt plea. Concerned for Avery's safety, Ava encourages Sonny to prioritize their daughter's well-being over their continuing custody dispute. Her ultimatum is simple yet emotionally charged: cede custody of Avery for the time being and allow her to stay in a safe environment. Sonny's response will not only have an impact on their shaky co-parenting arrangement, but it may also determine Avery's fate in the violent world her father inhabits. Michael's decision looms. While chaos erupts all around him, Michael Corinthos finds himself at the center of a life-changing decision. Following Carly Spencer and Willow's agreement, Michael is awakened to discuss his treatment options. Carly's desperation is obvious as she describes the clinic in Germany, emphasizing its ability to provide a complete recovery. Michael's decision has enormous consequences, not only for his own future, but also for the family that relies on his strength and leadership. Carly takes a time to thank Jack Brennan, whose efforts in getting the German clinic were vital. Though her happiness is palpable, the impending reality of Michael's possible departure casts a pall over her every word. The question remains: will Michael pick the clinic and the optimism it provides, or will he choose another path? Port Charles on the brink. As the day progresses, the citizens of Port Charles find themselves at a crossroads, with their decisions reverberating outward to touch friends, family, and opponents alike. Willow must deal with the consequences of her regrets while holding out hope for a better future. Tracy's resistance threatens to destabilize fragile connections, while Anna's investigation gets closer to discovering the hazardous forces at work. Maxie's admonition to Natalia and Ava's ultimatum to Sonny both emphasize the dangers of living on the edge in this volatile town. Meanwhile, Michael's decision has the potential to change the future of the Corinthos family. With his departure close, his loved ones must prepare for a future without him, a fate that appears both inconceivable and unavoidable. What's ahead? The sun sets on another dramatic day in Port Charles, setting the stage for more drama, heartache, and surprising twists. The lives of its occupants are in constant flux, with pathways converging and diverging in ways that no one can entirely predict. Pentonville's library, a seemingly harmless location, was a hub of tension and secret agendas. Book, the long-standing library attendant, maintained his job with zeal. When Spencer Cassadine replaced him, the consequences were quick and severe. Book's resentment of Spencer was about more than just losing his job, it was about losing control of something much bigger. The library had retained remains of Shiloh's Dawn of Day teachings. A copy of his book discovered years prior was a subtle hint that the cult's presence had not completely vanished. Drew Kane's presence in the library placed him squarely in the sights. Book's hostility for Drew gradually increased, resulting in a series of altercations that included shiv attacks. Cyrus Renault, who was frequently characterized as the mastermind behind much of Pentonville's instability, was accused of providing Book with the weapon. But the real tale may go deeper. Was Cyrus safeguarding something far more valuable than a dissatisfied inmate's pride? Cyrus Renault, savior or manipulator? Cyrus' involvement in Pentonville was multifaceted. On the surface, he appeared to offer safety to several inmates, notably Spencer Cassadine, gaining their grudging gratitude. However, Cyrus' goals frequently appeared to be linked to a broader agenda. Could Cyrus have seen a chance to grab and improve Shiloh's teachings, transforming them into a new kind of control? This theory acquires momentum when evaluating the jail warden's questionable behavior. At times, the warden looked to be complicit in Cyrus' schemes either by turning a blind eye or by helping his travels. Was the warden a member of Cyrus's rebranded Dawn of Day cult, shaped by his unique blend of charisma and deceptive fervor? If so, Drew may have become a target of this new cult's indoctrination efforts while in Pentonville. Drew's transformation, brainwashing or reprogramming? Drew was fiercely committed to Carly Spencer prior to his arrest. He gladly took responsibility for the insider trading charges, demonstrating his selflessness and strong sense of honor. However, the Drew that emerged from Pentonville was a different person. He distanced himself from Carly, accusing her of desire for Jason Morgan and eventually ending their relationship. Drew's behavior has changed dramatically, raising suspicions about what happened while he was in prison. Could he have been brainwashed? The connections with his history as Helena Cassadine's programmed soldier are difficult to overlook. However, rather than a control chip, Drew may have been controlled psychologically, with Cyrus employing cult tactics to undermine his sense of self and replace it with new affiliations. The cult's evolution, Cyrus' vision. Shiloh's Dawn of Day was based on deception and control, disguised as self-improvement and enlightenment. Cyrus, with his silver tongue and calculated mind, could have combined these ideals with his own brand of evangelical enthusiasm. By incorporating religion, Cyrus would have produced a more powerful and devious version of the cult, one that preyed on the vulnerable while providing them with a feeling of purpose. Drew, who is already dealing with the tragedy of his background and the difficulties of incarceration, would have made an excellent target. Isolated and looking for stability, he could have been dragged into Cyrus' web in the hopes of finding redemption or strength. The question remains, is Drew aware of what has happened to him, or is he still under Cyrus' influence? Is Cyrus' heart attack a joke or retaliation? Cyrus' alleged heart attack while at Pentonville adds to the story's complexity. On the one hand, it could have been an attempt to secure his transfer to a less guarded facility or to manipulate people around him. On the other hand, it could have been a true attack in revenge for individuals who opposed his expanding power. If Cyrus was actually establishing a new religion, it's plausible that other factions or disillusioned followers attempted to depose him. Drew's beating in Pentonville could have been related to these power battles. Drew may have been targeted as a warning to others because he refused or threatened to disclose Cyrus's activities. His current behaviors are shaped by the physical and emotional wounds left by the incident. Fallout in Port Charles. Drew's internal adjustments have a rippling effect throughout Port Charles. His absence from Carly has left her reeling, wondering how things went so wrong. Spencer is plagued by his time in Pentonville, as well as the lingering effect of Book and Cyrus. Meanwhile, Anna Devane's research into the device discovered in Sonny Corinthos' penthouse may unintentionally reveal ties to the cult, bringing the truth closer to light. Cyrus believes the stakes are higher than ever. His return to Port Charles represents unfinished business, and his deceptive techniques are sure to unleash new waves of havoc. The question remains, will Drew restore his sense of self and expose Cyrus' deceptions, or will he remain a player in a broader scheme? Dawn of a dark era. The dawn of day was assumed to have extinguished, but its embers still burn in the shadows of Port Charles. With Cyrus Renaud at the helm, the cult's growth into something more powerful and sinister threatens to disrupt the lives of its unwary victims. Drew's quest to discover the truth about his own change and the forces at work promises to be a watershed moment in the ongoing story of Port Charles. General Hospital spoilers, Spencer Cassadine recast found in Germany and discovered at Fancy Clinic? According to General Hospital teasers, Jack Brennan provided Carly Spencer with updates on the facility founded by one of Ava Jerome's doctors in Germany. Although the old hospital closed, Carly is optimistic about the new one and their cutting-edge treatment, which may prevent Michael Corinthos' scarring. If Michael decides to go to this German clinic, it could pave the way for a dramatic twist. Fans of General Hospital will recall how Ava's own time at a Russian clinic led to the uncovering of the real Jason Morgan in 2017. What if Michael's condition leads to the discovery of another figure who has been hidden off-screen, the supposedly dead Spencer Cassadine? Spencer disappeared after falling into the Seine, but his body was never discovered. Spencer is probably still alive, but he may not be in France right now. If someone wanted to hide Spencer, a high-end facility in Germany would be an excellent choice. Maybe Spencer is being sedated and held against his will. Even if Michael chooses Johns Hopkins, it's fascinating that they've spent so much time emphasizing the Germany alternative. Could this be a build-up to a Spencer Cassadine recast? Trina Robinson is really falling for Kai Taylor, so their romance is sure to develop in the coming months. Spencer may unexpectedly reappear in Port Charles once Trina has completely fallen in love with Kai. Without a corpse, the door is wide open for Spencer to return down the road. Although Nicholas Alexander Chavez is unlikely to return, GH may cast a gorgeous, capable actor to play Spencer. The show could use more Cassadine drama, so we think Spencer will eventually return and spice things up. According to General Hospital spoilers, Trina could get the shock of her life when the time comes, so keep an eye out to see if some wild Spencer news is on the way. Carly Spencer waits at Michael Corinthos' bedside, her heart heavy as she looks at her damaged son. The burns on his once vibrant body are more than simply wounds, they are reminders of how terrible Sonny Corinthos' world can be. Michael, caught in the crossfire of a bombing intended for his father, now has an uphill battle to recover. The question hangs over him, should he stay in Port Charles or travel to Germany, where the cutting-edge Boronski Clinic physicians now operate? Carly, conflicted between Michael's individuality and her mother need to protect him, turns to Jack Brennan for help. Jack, ever the quiet enabler, has already secured Michael's admission to the German clinic, all he needs is his consent. Willow's concerns and Drew's advice. Willow Corinthos seeks refuge in the quiet hospital chapel. Her anxieties are numerous, but the loss of control over her life weighs the most. She believes that her recent moves, done with Michael's best interests in mind, have compromised her custody battle for Wiley and Amelia. Drew Quartermain finds her there and provides a steadying presence. His own recent troubles allow him to sympathize with Willow's situation. He assures her that, while the road ahead is unknown, her love and commitment to her family will shine through. Willow's eyes brighten with determination as Drew listens. She may have concerns, but her determination to fight for her family is unwavering. Anna's pursuit for justice. Meanwhile, Anna Devane works relentlessly, her instincts bringing her closer to discovering the truth about the bombing that changed Michael's life. Tracy Quartermain, the powerful matriarch, finds herself in Anna's crosshairs. Tracy is furious after being arrested at the mansion on suspicion of hiding critical information. her hot passion erupts as she defends her conduct, accusing Anna of targeting the incorrect person. However, Anna remains steadfast. As Martin Gray observes the interaction, it becomes evident that Tracy is preserving more than just her pride. There is something, or someone, she is determined to protect, and Anna is equally determined to discover what. Maxie's warning to Natalia. Maxie Jones sits down with Natalia Ramirez in Deception's crowded offices, her demeanor revealing her uneasiness. Natalia has long been involved with Sonny Corinthos, and their dynamic relationship is characterized by equal parts tension and desire. Maxie, who is always outspoken, does not mince words. Being close to Sonny means walking into a storm, she tells us. See what happened to Michael. Do you truly want to become the next casualty? Natalia, caught between her affections for Sonny and her developing anxieties, listens carefully. The weight of Maxie's words weighs heavily, forcing Natalia to reconsider the decisions that led her into Sonny's orbit. Ava and Sonny have a heated exchange. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos finds himself in another conflict, this time with Ava Jerome. The fiery Ava insists that Sonny prioritize their daughter, Avery. The incident has greatly disturbed her, and she is concerned for their child's safety. You can't keep living like this, Sonny, Ava begs, her voice cracking from frustration and dread. Avery deserved better. She deserves to feel safe. Sonny, visibly shaken, grips his chest as a wave of pain overtakes him. Despite having nitroglycerin pills on hand, it is evident that his condition is deteriorating. Ava's remarks struck home, and for a brief moment, the fractures in Sonny's impenetrable mask appeared. Michael's choice. As Carly returns to Michael's room, she discovers him deep in concentration. The anguish from his injuries is obvious, but so is his determination. Carly gently brings up the clinic, describing the opportunity that Jack Brennan has offered. Michael listens, his gaze fixed on a future that is uncertain. Finally, he speaks. If it means I can get back to being the father my kids need, then that's what I'll do. Carly is relieved as she assures him of her unwavering support. They work together to plan the next stage in Michael's path, even as the shadows of Sonny's world continue to loom large. The storm ahead. In Port Charles, familial and romantic relationships are both a source of strength and fragility. As secrets are revealed and new challenges emerge, the people must confront their pasts while navigating an uncertain future. Carly, Michael, Willow, and the rest are still fighting for safety, justice, and atonement. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.